So this is a 360 video for those of you that want to see the MUSA, Museo Subacuático de Arte in Isla Mujeres near Cancun, where Rachel and I explored. And this is a really neat installation. It's 473 sculptures all over different areas, and this is just one of, I think, 4 or 5 areas of the MUSA. This is the Mancones area. That's pretty well known. It's a lot of fun. It's actually better seen as a dive, although I think there's some snorkelers above us in a couple of these shots. Pretty neat installation. You can see that, obviously it's helping boost the reef structure. A lot of wildlife enjoys it. That first one I think was Silent Evolution 2, and then this one here is Silent Evolution with the larger groups of these human statues, which can be a little creepy, I guess, but really interesting to dive through stuff like this, and just obviously a huge amount of effort put into sinking these things and I mean, just making them on land, but then getting them out there. You can imagine quite a bit of work. But sure was a lot of fun to see. We really enjoyed it. And the park gets park fees, which supports reef restoration and its art, and it's pretty cool, pretty neat program. When you go to their website, you can see what some of these look like when they were first installed, and they look very different now. A lot of growth on them. So yeah. This one was one of my favorites. I believe this one's called Anthropocene. But of course, car guy, so and a Volkswagen fan too, so that was fun to see. It was an actual 2-scale size beetle. And our guide was pointing out that there was a lot of fish on the inside of the car. So I'll take my 360 camera here and put it through the portal in the window so you can see the inside. A lot of pork fish in there. Yeah, that was a neat installation. Enjoyed that one a lot. This one's called the Dream Collector. You can't really see it until we round this corner here on this reef structure. There it is. This man at a desk, I guess. If you look closely, he's has a dog at his feet. and kind of set in a more natural setting with these coral heads around it. So that was really cool. And then this installation is called the Banker. And so they are these businessmen, bankers, I guess, with their heads stuck in the sand or in a hole in the ground and their briefcase next to them. Pretty odd little installation, but lots of wildlife underneath the sculptures. All right, so that's pretty much the end of the MUSA experience. Now, this is a wreck dive we did in kind of the same area, a little bit farther north from MUSA. And this is Anaya, the General Pedro Anaya shipwreck, also called C58. And it used to be a U.S. Navy World War II Admiral class minesweeper. There's two of them in the region. We dove both. This was decommissioned in 1946 and placed on reserve, and it was inactive until the early 60s, when in 62 the Mexican Navy purchased it. And over the years it went under different names and uses, oceanographic research, and did some military missions for the Mexican Navy. It was even in the 90s served as a school ship until its retirement. And then in May of 2000, they sank it to create an artificial reef and a really cool dive site. And it's about 85 feet deep. And it was broken in half in 2004 by Hurricane Ivan. And then Wilma did more damage, kind of moving the two halves and pretty far apart. But the schools of eagle rays that we saw, just so impressive. So many all at once. I think the water is about 82 degrees, 81, something like that. So very comfortable, even though this is winter diving. All the locals wear full wetsuits. Us crazies from Colorado didn't, though. I didn't capture it on this dive, but on the second dive of the same type of boat. I got to look at the engine, and the engine was probably only one of probably two engines in these things. It's huge. It's like the size of a school bus. It's really neat. Yeah, it was a neat dive. We'll definitely go back and do it again. Done a couple of wreck dives. These were interesting, part of history. I mean, all of them are historical, but it was interesting, good, clear view, and you can kind of navigate around.